In the theater of human relationships, we encounter countless characters wearing masks of friendship, support, and kindness. Yet beneath these carefully crafted facades often lie the darker forces of envy and falsehood. The ancient Stoics understood this reality with remarkable clarity. Marcus Aurelius, writing in his private reflections, observed that people often act from hidden motives, driven by jealousy, insecurity, and the compulsive need to diminish others to elevate themselves. Seneca warned us that those who smile while harboring resentment are among the most dangerous companions we can keep. Epictetus taught that our peace depends not on controlling others' behavior, but on recognizing it clearly and responding with wisdom rather than emotion. Today we explore how Stoic philosophy illuminates the shadows of human nature, teaching us to identify those who carry poison in their hearts while maintaining our own inner tranquility. The envious person rarely announces their jealousy with bold declarations. Instead, they weave their resentment into conversations through subtle contradictions and backhanded observations. Listen carefully when someone consistently finds ways to diminish your achievements with phrases like, "You're so lucky," or "It must be nice to have it so easy." Marcus Aurelius reminds us that such comments reveal more about the speaker than the subject. These individuals cannot celebrate others' success because they measure their own worth by comparison. They disguise their envy as concern, their jealousy as wisdom. The Stoic response is not anger or defense, but recognition and emotional distance. When you understand that their words reflect their internal struggle rather than your reality, you free yourself from the trap of seeking their approval or validation. False friends often reveal themselves through their inconsistent energy toward your goals and dreams. Notice how certain people respond when you share exciting news or ambitious plans. The genuine supporter asks questions, offers encouragement, or simply listens with authentic interest. The false friend, however, immediately shifts the conversation to obstacles, risks, or their own competing achievements. Seneca observed that envy cannot bear to see others flourish, so it seeks to plant seeds of doubt and discouragement. These individuals may claim they're being realistic or protective, but their pattern of response tells a different story. They consistently drain your enthusiasm rather than fuel it. The wise person recognizes this pattern early and chooses to share their dreams with those who genuinely wish to see them realized. Pay attention to those who offer help with hidden conditions or use their assistance as leverage for future demands. True generosity flows freely without expectation of return, but the manipulative giver keeps a mental ledger of every favor, every kind word, every moment of support. They remind you of their contributions during moments of disagreement or when they want something in return. Epictetus taught that authentic relationships are built on mutual respect and freedom, not obligation and debt. When someone's kindness comes with invisible strings attached, they are not being generous but calculating. The Stoic approach is to accept help gracefully when offered, but never allow yourself to become indebted to those who give with ulterior motives. Independence of spirit protects you from becoming a pawn in someone else's emotional chess game. The envious person cannot resist minimizing your struggles or dismissing your hard work. When you face challenges, they are quick to point out how others have it worse. When you succeed, they attribute it to luck, timing, or advantages they believe you possess. This pattern reveals their inability to acknowledge that you might have earned your outcomes through effort, persistence, or wise decisions. Marcus Aurelius understood that some people need to believe others' success is undeserved because accepting otherwise would force them to examine their own choices and efforts. They would rather diminish your achievements than confront their own limitations. The Stoic recognizes this as their problem, not yours. Your worth is not determined by others' ability to acknowledge it, and your peace remains intact when you stop seeking recognition from those incapable of giving it. Watch for those who consistently bring you news of others' failures, mistakes, or misfortunes with barely concealed satisfaction. They position themselves as messengers of information, but their energy betrays their true motivation. These individuals find pleasure in others' pain because it temporarily elevates their own sense of superiority. Seneca warned against such people, recognizing that those who delight in others' suffering will not hesitate to cause it when the opportunity arises. They are not neutral observers of life's ups and downs, but active participants in spreading negativity and discord. The wise person receives such information with emotional detachment, neither encouraging the gossip nor allowing it to affect their opinion of others. Remember that today's gossiper about others becomes tomorrow's gossiper about you. False friends often reveal themselves during your moments of vulnerability or need. Instead of offering support, they either disappear entirely or use your difficulties as opportunities to lecture, criticize, or assert their superiority. They may offer advice that serves their interests rather than yours, or they may simply enjoy watching you struggle because it makes them feel more secure about their own position. Epictetus taught that true character is revealed not in times of ease but in moments of difficulty. Those who abandon you when you need them most, or who use your challenges against you, have shown you exactly who they are. The Stoic response is gratitude for this clarity rather than surprise or hurt. When people show you their true nature, believe them and adjust your expectations accordingly. The envious person cannot engage in genuine conversation about your interests, passions, or areas of expertise without trying to compete or redirect attention to themselves. They interrupt your stories with their own, dismiss your knowledge with contradictory information, or simply change the subject when you speak about things that matter to you. This behavior stems from their inability to allow others to have moments of recognition or respect. Marcus Aurelius observed that secure people can celebrate others' knowledge and achievements because they do not see them as threats to their own worth. The insecure person, however, experiences others' success as personal diminishment. Understanding this dynamic protects you from taking their behavior personally. Their inability to celebrate you reflects their relationship with themselves, not their assessment of your value. Notice how certain people respond to your boundaries and your word no. Respectful individuals accept your limitations and decisions without argument or manipulation. However, those with false intentions often reveal themselves by their reaction to your boundaries. They may guilt you, argue with your reasoning, or attempt to negotiate when you've made a clear decision. They may also ignore your stated boundaries entirely, continuing behaviors you've asked them to stop. Seneca understood that respect for others' autonomy is fundamental to healthy relationships. Those who cannot accept your right to make decisions about your own life, time, and energy are not truly your friends, but individuals seeking to control or use you for their own purposes. The Stoic maintains firm boundaries not out of coldness, but out of self-respect and clarity about what relationships should provide. Some of the most dangerous individuals are those who present themselves as victims while consistently creating drama and conflict in their relationships. They tell stories of how others have wronged them, how life has been unfair, or how they cannot catch a break, But careful observation reveals a pattern of their own contribution to these situations. They thrive on sympathy and attention, using their supposed victimhood as both shield and sword. They deflect responsibility for their actions while expecting special treatment due to their circumstances. Epictetus taught that we are responsible for our responses to life's challenges, and those who refuse this responsibility become burdens to others rather than companions on life's journey. The wise person offers compassion without enabling, support without becoming entangled in unnecessary drama. The path of the Stoic is not one of cynicism or isolation, but of clear-eyed wisdom and purposeful connection. By learning to recognize envy and falsehood in others, we do not become distrustful of all humanity, but rather more selective about where we invest our emotional energy and trust. Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus all understood that peace comes not from controlling others' behavior, but from responding to it with wisdom, boundaries, and emotional detachment. When you can observe others' actions without being disturbed by them, when you can recognize poison without drinking it, you have achieved something remarkable. You have learned to navigate the complex world of human relationships while maintaining your inner tranquility. Remember that your worth is not determined by others' ability to see it, your peace is not dependent on others' approval, and your happiness is not subject to others' envy. The truly dangerous people are not those who openly oppose you, but those who smile while wishing for your downfall. Recognize them, protect yourself from them, but do not allow them to disturb the serenity that comes from living according to your own values and wisdom. In the end, the greatest victory is not defeating those who wish you harm, but remaining unshaken by their presence in your life.